Now let us come to the next point, that is IT in the field of education. What are the different areas in the field of education where information technology plays a vital role? Now whenever we discuss IT in the field of education, we have to specifically concentrate on four areas, that is okay. See, whenever we are considering IT in the field of education, we specifically concentrate on these four areas. That is, how ICT is beneficial in the classroom, how education can be imparted anytime and anywhere. Then third one is teaching aids and media, how to create teaching aids and media by means of computers and information technology. Then learning management system. This is very important, learning management system. What is learning management system? So we will discuss all those 4 points one at a time, but before that let us have a brief idea or brief overview of IT in the field of education. Okay, as I said, computers and information technology plays a vital role in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life also, education is also an important part, correct? Education is also an important part of our day-to-day life, so it plays a crucial role in the field of education as well. Creation and transmission of information in various forms, including still pictures, audio, video and animation to the learners become possible. Now what happens? Suppose I have performed a task. Say I have performed an activity. I need to keep a record of the same. What I will simply do, I will simply click a picture of that particular activity. Say tomorrow I am organizing a group discussion in the school. Correct? Tomorrow I am organizing a group discussion in the school among all the students of class 9th standard. Now what is being done? What is being done? During the time when it is being organized, we need to keep a track, we need to keep a record of how it has been performed and how many people participate in the contest. In order to do so, we will click pictures by means of cell phone or cameras that will be considered as still pictures. We can also keep a record of the same in the form of video and animation. Now these are just an example of the task that has been done. Now in the field of education, what happens? Sometimes we need to depict certain information, sometimes we need to depict or we need to explain a certain topics, and it becomes essential. Say it is not physically present in front of us, then it becomes essential until and unless we are not able to view how it looks, it will be very much impossible for all of us to visualize how it will look like, correct? So in order to do so, we can create still pictures, we can create audio based on that particular thing, we can create video or we can download any video from the internet or from somewhere else, and animation, and show it to the learners, whoever is present in the class. Suppose I would like to take a biology topic, and for that I don't have the resource, means physically I need to practically explain the concept of that. I don't have that particular component in my lab. In such situation, we can go ahead with still pictures, audio, video and animation to explain the concept to the learners. Okay, and moreover, most of the things becomes easily accessible and possible by means of information technology. So this is a general overview in the field of education, and in the field of education these 4 points are very essential, which we will discuss, out of which even 4th point is the most important, that is learning management system. Okay, so let us come to our first point in the field of ICT in the field of education, information and communication technology in the field of education. See, first is how ICT will be utilized in our classroom to impart the lessons to the students so that they can grasp it easily, in order to make the content more interesting, in order to explain the concept in the easiest, simplest possible way. Okay, so here the different ways by means of which ICT can be utilized inside the classroom includes e-learning classrooms. Now what happens? Say I'm teaching the class 9th standard physics, suppose class 9th standard science. Now what I did, I have purchased a course where a subscription of 1 year is there, and once we log in into that course, we will be able to learn each and every content, each and every topics, each and every subtopics, each and every activities that is being included along with that particular chapter, with the explanation in real-time environment. Say whatever the content that is there inside that particular e-learning lesson, that is particular in that particular e-learning lesson is related to the real-time environment, means it will simply depict every content, it will explain each and every topics with the help of animated videos which will relate to our real world, okay, which will relate to our real world. So that is known as e-learning classroom. Now second one is smart board presentation. See, typical example of smart board presentation is the task that I am doing right now. See, in this situation, in pandemic situation, as we are already aware, we cannot be physically present together and we cannot be clubbed together in groups in order to impart our classes, impart our lessons. So what I have done, I have simply used a computer, a mobile device and a projector screen in order to depict, in order to demonstrate every context. Correct? So such kind of demonstration by means of PowerPoint presentation using computers, internet comes under the smart board presentation. So I have taken the topic ICT, usage of ICT in the classroom. All the content whichever is there inside it is being demonstrated or explained by means of smart board presentation only, because here in front of us a smart board is there which is being taken by means of which we are taking the presentation, and I am simply giving it, I am simply sending it to you. Correct? Now the third one is videos or experiments. As I said, in case of e-learning classroom, suppose we have purchased a course which includes all the content, all the chapters of our class 9 standard science. Now in that particular course content, even apart from the textual content, apart from textual exercises, apart from activities, experiments which we are supposed to perform may also be listed. Okay, experiments which we are supposed to perform will also be listed, and along with all the steps by means of which we perform, we go ahead with that particular experiment can also be done. Okay, whatever the experiment that we have to do in that 9th standard, that can be possible, that can be learned or simplified by means of the videos on experiment which will be available in that particular e-learning classroom lessons. Okay, then let us come to creation of images and video. As I said earlier in our previous discussion, that is IT at home, at workplace. So there we have learned how to create images and videos. Correct? We have already understood that by means of computers and internet we can create and use images and videos in order to impart our lessons. Then apart from this, desktop publishing of magazine, letters and documents. See, suppose I am a teacher. I would like to publish a book based on the syllabus which I am teaching. Currently, say I am teaching a content, say the subject mathematics, and I have got enough of the resources, I have got enough of the strength, I have got enough of the knowledge on that particular topic, and now I am planning to publish, I am planning to put up my own journal or own book or own magazine based on that particular textbook, based on that particular content. In such situation, we can go ahead with the desktop publishing platform which is available on the internet by means of different office applications. Okay, so using those I can publish my magazine, letters and documents and so on. Similarly, educational games. See, once, as we have learned in our e-learning classroom, once suppose I have finished a lesson in that particular e-learning classroom course, I have finished a lesson. At the end of the lesson, I will be provided with exercises. Now the exercises might be based on educational games. Okay, say racing game is there, where if I am simply 2-3 cars are there placed, and out of those 2-3 cars, say one car is being running by the user and rest are being operated by computer, and followed by a question, a list of options will be given, MCQ type questions. Okay, if I click on the correct answer to that particular MCQ question, then I will be at the first place, or else I will be in the end. So such situation, certain educational games can also be based on, educational games can also be there, can also be possible on the basis of which we can easily understood, we can easily learn, we can easily revise the content of that particular chapter, and that is also an implication of ICT in the classroom. Then apart from this, learning using CD-ROM media, as I said, CD-ROM media are also there. We can also go ahead and purchase different CD-ROM media, from where we will get different training lessons. Okay, from which we can get different ways or different methodologies by means of which our lessons will be taught to us. Then gathering educational information on the internet. See, one of the most usable, most important, useful educational resource which can be availed from the internet is via Wikipedia. As we know, whatever the content that is being placed on a Google, it will, if we need information about that particular thing, then we simply place that question over the Google, and it will redirect us to the Wikipedia's website, and from Wikipedia it will research, it will and that Wikipedia will research the content over the World Wide Web, over the internet, whole internet world, and finally they will come up with different set of answers. Correct? So this is also an important area where we can gather educational information on the basis of internet. Example is Wikipedia. If question comes up, if Wikipedia is an example of what kind of application area of what is the application area of Wikipedia in information technology. So you can simply tell ICT in the classroom. Okay, so this is about ICT in the classroom. Now there is one more concept related to the same educational in the education field. There are 4 areas as I discussed. First, ICT in the classroom, then education anytime, anywhere, then third one is teaching aids and media, and finally learning management system. So we are into the next topic, that is education anytime, anywhere. Now what does this statement means? It means by means of information technology we can avail the education, we can go ahead with the education anytime and anywhere. Okay, we can go ahead with any of the educational resources anytime and at any location, anywhere, as per our need. Okay, related to this, one example has been cited. There are certain examples which has been cited. For example, a student can access the NCERT book via the website epathshala.nic.in or mobile app. Okay, now what happened? I am not at my exact location. Say I am not at the location where my school is present. Due to some reason, I have to visit a hospital which is out of the town. Correct? In such situation, I am not able to cope up, I am not able to go ahead or attend any of the classes. Say, during this time period, whenever I am getting free time, I would like to browse through the contents of the chapter that is currently being held in my school, in my classroom. Okay, in such situation, we can avail a website by means of which all the syllabus content, all the book content will be available, that is epathshala.nic.in. Once we click on this, we will be getting the whole course content, whole syllabus, each and every books that is needed for a particular class. Okay, each and every textbook which is being needed in order to learn the content of the syllabus. So epathshala.in, remember. The second one is there are also variety of websites and mobile apps to access educational resources on any topic. Apart from this ePathshala.nic.in, even lot many mobile applications are there by means of which we can avail all the educational resources of a particular subject for a particular course. Okay, an example of that is Byju's app, Vedantu. Then one more app is there called NCERT book app. If we go ahead and go to Google Play Store, simply search NCERT app and you will install it in your device. Once it will be installed, suppose I am studying in class 9, I need to access all the resources, all the notes, all the study material related to my class, my subject. Then I simply click on the link over there and download the PDF content. We can download the PDF content. It will be available in portable document format and it can be downloaded and saved in our device. Okay, so this is an example of mobile application by means of which we can avail the education anywhere and anytime. Now the third one is we can also connect to a teacher or a trainer via internet to use web-based training. Now one concept is there, web-based training. What is it? We will discuss first, followed by this point. As a result of the use of ICT in the field, it become possible to reach far. Okay, web-based training. What is it? Suppose I have paid for a course. Say it is the course duration is 6 months. Okay, and within this 6 months I can access all the resources whichever is available, question bank, study material, textbooks, then video lessons, all those things are included. Now once I paid for the same, whatever the training or whatever the lessons that is being imparted daily from time to time can also be availed live, can also be accessed live by the learners. Okay, so such kind of training which can be imparted live is called web-based training. For example, say I am preparing for NEET examination. I have subscribed a course where this content is included, means live sessions are also included. Say in the morning 9 to 10 a.m. biology lessons will be there. Then in 10 to 11 it will be about physics. Then 2 to 3 say chemistry. Then based on our timing we can avail all those lessons, and once we attend any live session, once we attend any live training session, it will be very much beneficial for us. Why? Because we can interact with the teacher online itself. Suppose he is teaching, he is imparting certain content, and I have a doubt. In my mind, one doubt arises. One doubt came up, and I would like to clear that doubt. Then certainly we will interrupt him in the mid session, and we can inquire our doubts. We can consult our doubts and clear it at the same time, at an instant. So that is an example of web-based training. Whenever we are imparting lessons live to a series of live participants, that is known as web-based training. Or whenever we are accessing any resources, we are accessing any video lessons live by an educator, that comes under the category of web-based training. So it only becomes possible if we have a computer or a mobile device at our home and it is equipped with an internet facility. Okay, so we can also connect to the teacher or a trainer via internet to use WBT. This is very important. Web-based training, what is it? Means interacting lively with a trainer who is imparting the lessons at present. Okay, so this is known as web-based training. As a result of the using ICT in the field of education, it became possible to reach far-flung areas. Even suppose we are living in one of the remotest village of Arunachal Pradesh, say, it has become possible. Now I am imparting my lessons to all of you. It has only become possible due to the internet facility. Had it not been there, if the internet facility had not been there, in such situation it would have become highly impossible to reach to all of you audiences at such situation. Correct? So it becomes possible, means we can impart training lessons, classroom, we can impart subject knowledge to the students of far-flung areas, and that has become only possible due to the internet and information technology. Okay, so this is about education anywhere, anytime. Now let us come to the next topic, that is what is web-based training. As I said earlier, this is also a very important topic, just like automation, assembly line industries. Okay, remember questions will also be asked from this topic. So what is a web-based training? It may be asked for short notes as well as for direct question. Any form of training that can be imparted online comes under web-based training. See, I am imparting my lessons, I am giving my lessons, I am explaining my topics, I am explaining the contents of a lesson by means of mobile, by means of digital board, and by means of internet, by means of YouTube. So this will be coming under the web-based training. So any form of training, any form of lessons that will be imparted by means of online comes under the category of web-based training. Now it is also called internet-based training. One more name, one specific name is also there apart from web-based training, that is internet-based training. Remember these two terms. These two terms are coincident, means these two terms are symmetric. Okay, it allows for flexibility as anyone can get training through it anytime and access the course content or the training program. Now one more thing is there, whenever we are using the concept of web-based training, it has made us flexible. Means suppose I am going to deliver a lecture today, I am going to deliver a class today, and I can deliver it at any point of time, correct? Suppose I have recorded this video, now I can save the content over the YouTube at any point of time, and it can be easily viewed by all the users, whoever is there, whoever is interested in watching, and whatever may be the total number of students in the class, each and everyone can access the content anywhere, anytime, correct? So it has become flexible nowadays. By means of information technology and internet, flexibility has come up. Okay, the next one is learning occurs independently of time and space. Even if we are getting the time, say during the night time before bed, I would like to have a view of whatever the content that has been imparted today, that has been delivered today. Then while sitting at our home, while getting ready for nap, we can click on the YouTube link, we can observe the videos, and we can sleep at the same time. Means we can observe the video before sleep, and after that, after watching, we can close it and sleep. So at any time, independently, we can observe, watch, anytime, any space, whatever it is, what kind of any kind of space, any kind of any time, it can be observed or it can be learned. Okay, so this is a web-based training. Remember, this is also very important. Now, teaching aids and media. The third category of ICT in the field of education is teaching aids and media. See, now I am imparting my lessons by means of teaching aid. The teaching aid is first a PPT content of the topics. Correct? I have made a presentation in front of you. I have made a presentation based on the topics in front of you, and based on those points only I am discussing. Correct? So this is an example of teaching aids and media. Means what? What are the aids? What are the sources by means of which we can make our teaching process simpler? Correct? So that is known as teaching aids. What are the different devices by means of which we can make our teaching process simpler? So, for example, using pictures, animation, and audio visuals to explain subjects that are difficult to explain. Suppose this is a new topic. Correct? This is a new subject that has been recently introduced last year, and most of you are unaware. Most of the terminologies you are already unaware. So it becomes highly possible if we would like to learn the content. It becomes easier if we impart the same by means of, if we give the content by means of pictures, animations, or any of the audio visuals. Correct? So this becomes easier in order to explain. Then second is making the lessons interesting using PowerPoint presentation. As I said earlier, this is a PowerPoint presentation, so our lesson will become easier. Okay. Then organizing lesson using the computer. Our lessons can be organized very easily, very judiciously and very systematically using the computers and obtain the information relevant to the subject. Suppose I am teaching, I am just learning right now. I am learning teaching aids and media. If I am still facing difficulty in this, then whatever the point that has been discussed, say I have a certain keyword which I am not getting, in that situation, I will simply put that keyword in the internet and I can obtain much more information about the same. So this is about teaching aids and media. Thank you. I would like to conclude my today's class with teaching aids and media only. Tomorrow we will move to the next topic. Fine. Okay. Bye.